Anja. Anja.
Hello, Isaac.
Hi, Anja.
I want to share something.
Okay.
And I can feel that in the moment there's an activation. I was yesterday in a theater with my grandchild in the school, and Florian was there with his wife. And what I could feel since weeks is he's completely closed, completely. And he's really unfriendly in my direction. And there's no possibility to speak about it because he's completely closed. What I can feel in the moment is it is totally okay for me. I can see something they decided for them, and this is totally okay for me. But it is very difficult that they are totally closed in my direction. And I can feel that for the moment I have to break everything, and that is my feeling. And it brings up all the fear. But I think for my feeling, it is sometimes love has to know, so to say no, not in this way. And yes, so maybe we can sit with this. Sorry, yeah, it's always so difficult for me because of my really bad English. I hope you can understand.
So there's an activation.
There's an activation, yes, really.
Oh, yeah. Just to hear, an activation comes and then our thinking tries to help us.
Yes, that's right. It tries hard.
It works the same in all of us. Yeah.
Yes, it tries hard.
Yes.
And I could see that this is not possible.
Yeah. And already now, how's the activation now? Just with that little bit of laughter.
It comes down.
Calms down. Okay, cool.
Yes.
Okay. You have to be careful because you might start enjoying this moment again.
Yes. It's so crazy. This play is crazy.
So without the activation, so there's something happening and Florian and his partner are trying to find their way.
Yes, that's right.
And maybe projecting onto you. And that feels uncomfortable or not.
Now you are gone. Moment, I pin you.
Yeah. So
Okay.
maybe it feels uncomfortable or not. It's just like, okay, wow. How many times have we projected? Well, it has projected, thousands and thousands and thousands of times. It's just something that happens. It passes. It's one of those things. If we don't take it personally, then it's just
no problem.
It's not really a problem. Don't have to make up your mind about anything. Don't have to do anything. Just, okay. Projection happens and it passes.
Yes.
It's the activation that speaks like I have to break everything and I have to,
Yes.
say no and all the stuff. And
Yes.
it's trying to do its best to help you, but it's from its perspective of the activation, It's just, when your system is calmed down, it doesn't need any help. It's just, okay, it happens. Yeah.
Yeah. Whew.
So whatever's happening in them, what does it have to do with you?
Nothing.
Nothing, actually. Nothing. Right.
And when I look deep, then how to find the right words.
Use the wrong words.
I could feel that it is not possible to do anything, and it's only here. I could feel this, and in this, but sometimes it's so difficult to.
No,
Till now.
sometimes. That's the past. That's the
Yes.
past. Leave it.
Yes.
It's gone. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so here we are.
There we go. That's it. Don't have to solve anything. Doesn't matter if it appeared difficult for a moment. It can happen. Once there's a recognition, it doesn't mean anything about you. And there's nothing that needs to be done. Then you can relax.
Yes.
Or it can relax, however you want to describe it.
Yes.
Relaxing can happen. Anything else?
Thank you, Isaac.
Yeah. Frank.
Hi, Isaac.
Hi, Frank.
For quite some time, there is, yeah, an experience is continuing in my system or in this system. It's always about, somehow it's like my nervous system would like to get some information about feeling or emotion, but there is nothing. It's just lacking there. And then always there is, when this information is not available, there is some activation and unrest, and the mind starts spinning and what's wrong. And yeah, it's really, really hard somehow for, yeah, to handle that.
Okay, so let's come back to basics. This moment is a sensation. Can't describe it. We don't really know what's going on. And sometimes there's something going on more automatically, unconsciously, that feels like there's something wrong somewhere. Something isn't quite right. Some sense of not being at ease. Usually when that happens, for most expressions of life that we call people, our thinking tries to help. It tries to discover what the problem is. And whatever our thinking tells us the problem is, we don't want it. Means we have it. And it's going to come up with a solution. And whatever the solution is, we want it, which means we don't have it. So now this feeling of not being at ease has just gotten worse. Because we have everything we don't want, and we don't have what we do want. Magic trick, yeah?
Yeah.
And yet all we have are the sensations of now. And then some interpretation of what that means, based on conditioning, based on trauma. Other than that, there's just sensations. Changing all the time. Unless we're already in the process of trying to solve it. That process of trying to solve it makes it seem very sticky. Because there's resistance. Whatever there's resistance to, it kind of hangs around, yeah? Functions that way in me, probably functions that way in you, probably in everybody the same, I would think. So what does any of that mean about who we are? It's an activity, automatic, unconscious. Nobody's doing it. But for sure, within that activity, there feels like there's someone, and there's something wrong with them. So what's wrong with right now, unless we think about it? Right now is just right now, yeah?
It seems like that it already feels wrong.
Yes, of course.
Before, I
Yeah,
don't know,
yeah. So
before thinking,
yeah. So how does that happen? There we are. All we have is the raw information of this moment. The whole universe. When something goes, no, something wrong with this. How does that happen? I'm not sure if you're still hearing me because, oops, you disappeared off my screen. Are you still there? You've muted again. I don't know what happened, but yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah, no worries. So we hear, yeah?
Mhm.
How does the sense that there's something wrong come up? Where does it come from? Is it something we do? How does it happen? I guess we all know it. Maybe we can look together. How does it happen? How does bliss happen? Samsara and nirvana. What's the difference? What happens? You know the story. There was this samurai. Samurais have different levels. And he was a number 2 samurai. He wasn't the best, but he wasn't the worst. But he heard there was a master somewhere, and nearby, and so he went to him and said, "Listen, can you show me the difference between heaven and hell?" And the master looked at him and said, "Why would I waste my time on a second-rate samurai?" And the samurai immediately went to pull his sword and, kill the master. And in that moment, the master looked at him and said, "That's hell." And in that moment, the samurai recognized that this master had risked his life to answer his question. And he fell at his feet and he said, "Thank you, master." And the master smiled at him and said, "That's heaven." You saw with Antje a few moments ago, the system went from activation to laughing. In how long? It took years, right, of hard work on herself.
Just was in 1 second, yes.
Yes. How does that happen, Frank? What happens? Even now, something's changed in you. You can feel it, huh?
Yeah, and I don't know, is it a movement that happens by itself?
Yeah. I mean, to me, it seems, if I have to try and put it in words, I'd say, look, The information of the universe is here, awareness is here. And then there's our attention or our focus, where and how our focus happens. And that focus has been highly conditioned. Yeah? Where our focus goes and how it goes there. We watched our parents, we watched our teachers, we've been watching television. It's been conditioned. A certain quality of focus, and the world feels shit and we feel like shit. Another quality of focus, and nothing's changed outside. We feel wonderful and everything feels wonderful. There's nothing, as far as I can see, to do with circumstance. There's nothing to do with us. Just has to do with, I would say, habits of attention that haven't been really looked at.
Mm-hmm.
But once we're looking through the filter where it feels terrible, thinking tries to help us, and man, we go down that rabbit hole very quickly, and then really life, there's really something seriously wrong with me, and I need to get therapy or something, or work on this, something. Then a second later, all is well. What happened? But how sweetly can we meet in this moment, Frank? Is there any reason not to meet sweetly, firstly?
Not really.
Not really.
Just and there seems to be some, because it's so deep, this resistance or not being okay with the system, because it's like
so
constantly.
where did your system get that information from? That it's not okay. Your parents, can you find that same habit in either of your parents?
Yeah, on a basic level, I think they have it both.
Yeah, and so if they didn't know that all was well, they could not have shown you that or given that information to your nervous system. Their system would have always been scanning for what's wrong. And that was the conditioning, that was the instruction to your nervous system. You need to do that in order to survive. And then you went to school and your teachers had the similar habits. Nowhere you went, anybody said it's okay just to enjoy. Maybe you had a puppy or something, or you met a little puppy and they were happy. They were just wagging their tail and enjoying life.
Hmm.
Yeah. This felt sense that there's something wrong. Just let's take a moment. What is that? And how does it get taken personally that somehow it seems to mean something about you or me?
And there is then always and also now there's the sensation of discomfort.
Mhm.
In the body. Yeah.
Is there any comfort in the body? Is there any enjoyment as well?
It's hard to find at the moment.
That's amazing, huh? You enjoy the way we meet, or it's not so fun?
It's like on a subtle level. It's kind of fun.
Okay.
It was, yeah.
Cool. I'm enjoying it.
It's good to hear.
And the way that my attention meets your, and I say your, the way my system meets this expression of life called Frank, how do you sense that?
It is very friendly.
Okay. Safe?
Safe also, yeah. And
Nothing has to be different?
yeah, nothing has to be different.
Okay.
It's
Cool.
everything that needs to be different is inside of this system somehow.
Funny thing, eh? So, can your system drink that information that everything is okay? Nothing needs to be different. You don't need to be different. I don't need to be different. It's just an old program. And you can thank that old program for working so hard for all these years, trying to help in some way. But what does it actually do, that program? Does it make you feel good or?
No.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, it's
doing
just,
the opposite, yeah.
yeah, it's just a program, just like a funny habit, yeah, that's kind of been with us most of our lives. And we don't recognize it. It's just an instruction or a conditioning or something, you know, it has nothing to do with anything. It's just old information, really. It's okay to enjoy this moment. Or not. It's okay not to enjoy it also.
Yeah, there is a little bit of enjoying and drinking now.
All right. And just for fun, let's go to gallery view for a moment. Yeah, just how many people could recognize themselves in that exploration? Yeah, yeah, far out. And how many got value from this? You can see we're just the voice for consciousness in that moment, speaking it, that everyone could get benefit. So it's not for even for you personally, it's just for all of us. How does that feel? How does that feel, Frank?
There's some, it's also very subtle, but some feeling of connection.
Well, fantastic, man. Yeah, beautiful. You know, I mean, it's interesting to just recognize that all we have to give this moment, each other, life, is our attention. And when that attention is going through a sense that there's something wrong somewhere, it meets life in that way. Yeah? It projects that, you could say. And when it meets life from the place of enjoying or meeting it as the beloved, however you want to call it, just that sweetness, then that's what it communicates. And that's also the feedback it gets to itself.
Mhm.
And it's the same for all of us. I mean, really, it's not different for any of us, as far as I can see. The habit when it feels like there's something not at ease, it's so quick that our intelligence or our thinking wants to help. It wants to figure out what the damn problem is. But it always makes it worse, that's all. It's not yeah. Just to rest, nothing to do. Who you are, you already are. This moment is as God as it gets. Doesn't get more God than this. Just this is it. Yeah, this is it. There is nothing to solve. There's nowhere to get. There's no one to get there. It's just this. We can rest, yeah? Or not. It's just yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, thanks for
thank you.
yeah. I think Samuel had his hand up. I don't know. You still have an interest? Oh. Hey, Samuel.
Hey.
Now, from the perspective that there's an inside and an outside, and what's outside could hurt us, then the system needs to defend itself. In the recognition that everything is already appearing in awareness, it's already in. There is no outside, actually. Defending it doesn't make any sense at all. It's like it's old information. Somewhere along the line it made sense. You could say, who knows how many generations back, or where it comes from, or what it is. Something in the system holds back a little bit, just to, I don't know. But it's just an old habit. It's just a funny thing, because as awareness, everything is here already, yeah?
Mm.
Including wherever the system is defending or holding back or doing whatever the hell it's doing, you know, it's like, it's not wrong, it's not bad, it's somewhere picked up that habit or that. And it's, you know, once it's become a habit, we're so used to it, it doesn't even show up on our radar. It's just, oh, something holds back and it keeps doing it. And somehow, you know, there's a sense then that it's keeping us safe or something, you know, but it's like, it's a joke.
Like I didn't notice the holding back until you mentioned. And then as soon as there was that seeing who's holding back.
Mhm. Oftentimes it's such a habit, it really doesn't, we're so used to it, you know, it's just, it's been functioning 24/7, you know, and just, so it's just like, oh, once it comes into view, you could say that's the first time, oh, well, is that really necessary at this moment, you know, it's like, then for the first time it can be inquired into or looked into, you know, otherwise it just does its thing, you know, it does what it's always done. Nobody's doing it, it's just a old, automatic, unconscious operating system.
Oh, and yeah, and it feels like the system testing, going back and forth between the holding back, which one's safer, which one's, and seeing that, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, that's how learning happens, yeah. Playing, checking out different possibilities. Oh, wow, that really feels good. That feels like there's something wrong somewhere.
It's so true. I can't really put my finger on what is wrong. I can't even really say anything is wrong.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
But when the system holds back, it feels like there's something that's not safe or not quite okay. You know, it's like it produces the very thing it's trying to protect you from. And then you can look and, you know, can you find that holding back in either of your parents and either of your caregivers, you know, just. And who knows what their system went through or where they got that information from, or how many generations it goes back, we don't know. And is it possible to live as unconditional love. It's just as receiving this moment as a caress, as the beloved is.
Thank you.
You just need to have to. Christina. Christina.
Hi.
You know, when we just rest together, our nervous system has these mirror neurons that already just starts to mirror each other's system. You know, it's just, we don't have to do anything for that. It just does it. So we can just rest here and enjoy as our systems kind of, you know, harmonize, or whatever you want to call it, start to resonate.
It's so interesting that you say about not doing anything, because there's this sense of really wanting to control.
Old information. Huh?
Yeah.
And just check in this moment that wanting to control, it's not you, right? If it was up to you, would it be there?
No.
No. So you can see it's old information. And so it's nothing that you would do. It's just an automatic, unconscious habit, you could say, like that, yeah?
Yeah.
And when it's automatic and unconscious, literally nobody's doing it. It's just, it's doing itself. And there's no choice. It just does it 24/7. Sometimes based on trauma, sometimes based on conditioning. But there's a noticing of it in this moment. Oh, something, some tendency, you know, to want to control is there. I'm not doing it, but it doesn't feel so nice. It makes it feel like there's something wrong. And if it's taken personally, then it's, oh, that means there's something wrong with me, you know. But it's not, you can see, it's not up to you. You wouldn't do it. No one wakes up in the morning and says, let me see how much I can suffer today. It's just, you know, like old conditioning or old information that hasn't integrated, that's all. So you can check in this moment that tendency or that habit, you could say, to want to control. First of all, just check in this moment, is there any danger in your immediate environment or in, as we sitting here together, do you perceive any actual danger?
No.
No, okay. So now you can question that habit or need to want to control. Is it necessary or useful in this moment?
No.
No, cool. So you checked, there's no actual danger. And you checked, okay, at this moment, it's not necessary. And then just see how your nervous system integrates it, that clear seeing. Does something shift a little bit around that?
This is the mind then starts saying, but sorry, you dropped out.
No problem. Do you sense that something gets softer or relaxes a bit more, or does it sees it's not necessary?
It does. Then the mind also says, but this is going to happen, or like when I'm not sitting with you.
Okay,
Then-
so that's what those thoughts start coming. But so that's projecting into the future. But in this moment,
Yeah, in this moment.
just in this moment, is something getting a little softer.
Mm.
Yeah, cool. And notice that you survived. You didn't die, right?
No.
Okay. So your assessment that it wasn't necessarily useful was accurate.
It feels so simple.
It is simple.
Mm.
So check again now with whatever's left of that tendency, because usually it doesn't let go in one go. And you know that if your system ever needs to control, it knows how to do it. But in this moment, it's not necessary.
Wow.
See, when there's trauma, it switches on 24/7. It never relaxes. It's not appropriate to the moment. It's just in the background doing its thing, and somehow tied to survival. It's existential. It's, oh, if it doesn't happen, then I'm going to die. It's like, yeah, but you've checked in this moment. It's not necessary, and you survived. Something relaxed. So check even deeper. Anything else left of that habit to want to control, to tighten up, or whatever.
I think there's a sensation that, yeah, that
Yeah.
you can watch it.
And just get a sense, how are these systems meeting each other in the moment? Is it fun? Is it alive? Is it?
Yeah, it feels nice.
Cool. And we can just enjoy it together for no reason, innocently, just like children. Just, oh, yeah. Oh, hi, I see you. You want to play? Let's play.
Even if someone's shouting at me, I can be in. Okay.
Because it doesn't mean anything about you. It just means that their system is activated at that moment. And that maybe they're confused and they think it means something. They think it has something to do with you. So when you see, if you really check, someone's shouting, what does it mean about me? It means nothing about me. What does it mean about them? It doesn't mean anything about them either. Just an activation happened and there's confusion. And if it was up to them, it wouldn't be there either. So it's just some old information playing out, yeah. And it's funny when someone shouts and something in you doesn't take it personally or doesn't go into a fight with it. They just go, oh, I see, there's an upset happening in you. Wow, cool, I get it. And somehow it's confused. It thinks there's something to do with me. I get it. Okay, cool. Wow. Usually then it's hard for it to keep that up, It's just you're in your life, you get shouted at?
Yeah, at work. And
At work. Okay.
well, it happened yesterday and everyone looked so concerned, but I didn't feel too bothered. And then I felt like I should be bothered. But I kind of wanted to feel it.
Yeah, someone's shouting. Well, okay. What do you do? What's your work?
Waitressing. So the head chef
Wait.
shout.
Okay, well, it's a stressful job being a chef. Yeah, and so sometimes they have a short fuse. Maybe they didn't get enough sleep, or they could never got a cuddle, or who knows what happened.
Maybe I'll offer him a cuddle.
Be careful. Next thing you'll be married and
I'm joking. Good.
I know. I'm also joking, But it is. You can say, "Oh, I see. There's an upset. Would you like that?" But it's a funny thing. It's like, I don't know if you've watched in myself. If there's an upset happening, and and it's projected outward onto someone, and they offer me a hug. Oftentimes my system doesn't want it at that moment. It wants it, but it also doesn't want it. You know, so it's like
Same for me.
yeah. But it, I mean, isn't it a pleasure, you know, if an upset happens in us and someone doesn't take it, they just go, oh, sweetheart, I see there's an upset. And I see you can't help it. It's just something moving through you. It's like it's a storm. Weather. I would take a hug.
Well,
Hugs and love to everybody.
mm.
Great. See.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, I'm grateful. Thank you.
Perfect. Yeah, thank you. From Anjali. Ah, Parisha.
Hi, Marissa.
Hi.
So, how much control do we have with the thoughts? I mean, can we bring more harmony and love to this always thinking? You once said, you don't have to hitchhike with every thought. But there are people, I don't know, maybe Puno, somebody sent me a CD where they say you start to think in forgiving and love and God. So is there any control?
So this question is here.
Yes. Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
Hold on to it. Don't, whatever you do, don't let it go.
Mhm. Mhm. I try. I mean, I asked myself, they say, do it for 30 days, listen to the CD, and then it will change your life. And I thought, this I want to see. So I'm doing this, but I'm not sure if it makes any sense. You know what I mean.
So there's an interest to improve your life. In 30 days, yeah? Oh, that's good.
Maybe. I don't know anything anymore in a way. Yeah. But true. I think it's good to have the discipline just to lie down and relax. I give myself ready, just this. it's cool. So I do it. Huh, something. Hmm. And that's it, I guess. No control.
For me, the question would be, what is it that does control? Who is it that controls?
Mm. I knew that you would say it sooner or later. You tell me so often. Mamma mia, yeah. Oh, crap.
Somehow the
Mm.
movement happens.
Mm.
Somehow this moment isn't so important. We have to wait a month.
Mm. That's good. Oh.
Just wait a month.
So just a little kissing now. Please.
To me, it seems as if all we have is this moment. I mean, it's never more than,
How can we forget this? It's amazing.
I don't know. Who can? The idea of a better experience is very appealing.
Yes. It's a very old habit, huh?
Yeah.
Mm.
Just have to work on myself, give myself Reiki. And
Don't have to, but it's nice. I mean, just
But,
stop this morning, maybe.
if we, it's like, here we are. Who you are, you already are. The whole universe is here, already inside. What more do we want? To be happy
No
about that.
disease, for example. No disease, please.
Good luck.
Hmm. Yeah. You know what? When we meet personal, I was thinking about we have the same time. Morning, evening. So you are not tired when I just woke up and all this mix up at the same time. That's pretty cool. I like it. Yeah, looking forward. It's soon.
Hmm,
6 weeks, something. I don't know.
something, yeah, wow.
Mhm.
I
So,
better start getting my shit together.
because we are not so quick anymore. Thank you so much, Isa. Mm.
Ah, carrot. Hi.
Hi.
I guess it won't hurt to just sit quietly, and it's I'm always a bit afraid of what I'm going to say when I talk, so I better sit here and just be quiet. Yeah. And at the same time, I want to say all sorts of things, but it's
Yeah, it doesn't matter, you know. You can speak in Dutch and then only a few people will understand you.
yes, and you will know what I'm talking about.
Maybe.
Well, we'll feel it anyway. Yeah. So it's kind of it's so light and joyful today. I mean, I think then what I feel is what where is the difference of what I mean, you are very light and joyous, and I mean I mean where is what's happening? Yeah.
Joy is meeting joy.
Yes. There's some thinking on the background as well.
Doesn't really matter, does it?
That's a little me who wants to say something, I think. And then sometimes I want to say words to what I feel, but I'm,
Okay.
yeah.
You can, and a lot of times it's difficult to put into words, but anyway, whatever. There's no, you can't do it right or wrong. Just it moves like it moves.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. It's I'm afraid sort of to be in this to be in this fire with you, to sit in presence silently. Also, there is some, I don't know what I don't foresee what is then happening. I don't have
We
no,
don't know.
I have
We
no,
don't know.
yeah.
Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah.
So far, not bad, right?
So far it's all right. Yes. There's always there's something which is hiding. I'm there is that I can't hide. That's the basic feeling. So that's why
Yes.
I'm sort of afraid to I can I'm have a tendency to hide away, to not be
Yeah.
present.
And just how is it right now, not to hide in this moment, just right here.
It's,
How's it just
I feel vulnerable and also a bit. It's a great pleasure to be able to.
exactly.
Yeah.
No effort, just by itself. Vulnerability opens up, pleasure opens up. Yeah. Without doing any. The system feels safe, so it relaxes. And it enjoys feeling seen and felt.
There's some thinking on the background still, but I feel also I'm so happy to be with you in this way. I feel very much so grateful that you available this way, and that this can be possible. That this is possible. That there's maybe an end to. Maybe this is what I've. This is yes. This is.
You're tasting something, and so you know it. That
Yeah.
this is possible in your own direct knowing. You know it. You're
I
tasting.
knew I knew it all along, because you've
Yes.
touched me very many years ago, and then I had this explosion of ecstasy for months in a row, while we didn't even talk. But I was in a meeting with you then, and from then on I sort of drifted in searching and trying to get this experience back again. But of course, it's not the way. It's always here. But well, you have this bright light that was there many years ago, but it's I know that you're there, but anyway, it's sometimes the mind is still searching for something.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
And now with these meetings, with what you bring every I mean, there's something sinking again, and
Beautiful.
get in touch with, and at the same time,
What's always here.
yeah.
Just beautiful. Karen.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Esther. Something.
Mm.
I would like to express my gratefulness, but somehow the words are not. I don't.
Linda.
Hello, Isaac.
Hey.
I would like to investigate an issue here. And that's the story of being the controller or decider, doer, ownership in some way. That seems to be a strong belief, being the controller, being the doer. Can you bring some light into it?
So find that doer.
I think in direct experience, I can't find it.
Yeah.
It's imagination.
Imagination. That's
Yeah.
it. Simple.
Simple.
You know, I like to joke, and you know, there's this bodying activity going on that we've gotten used to calling it a body, like a noun, but actually it's a very active, you know, it's like, wow, every second, 10 million cells die, 10 million new ones are made. The body is regulating its temperature, it's digesting, it somehow knows how to take this, whatever we're eating, and turn it into energy and poop, and it breathes, it does all this stuff. And there's a little activity going, should I have a cappuccino or a latte, that thinks it's in charge of everything. It's crazy, totally crazy. It's like life is it's unbelievable, you know, like in our brain, there are as many connections as there are stars in the sky. It's unreal. And we're busy with nonsense, you know, it's like,
Yeah, it seems obvious. I'm not controlling the million neuro cells, or however they're called.
Yeah.
Neurons.
Yeah.
Just a story.
it's the story.
Yeah. Not controlling the smiling, the
Yeah.
talking.
breathing. The way we speak, we say, I think, or I breathe, but actually you look, breathing is happening, new cells are happening, the body is bodying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, blinking. Happening all the time. And sometimes there's the thought I blink. Yeah, crazy. Breathing also happening all the time, and sometimes there's the thought I breathe, and if it is believed, it's, yeah, sitting also happening here. Sometimes the thought I sit, just story showing up from time to time, I guess. And who is talking? I talk? I'm not sure. Thinking also happening on automatic, I guess. Sometimes the thought I think, I'm the thinker showing up as a story, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. Creating some confusion here, but good to see. Thanks. Thank you, Isaac.
Satyam.
Hi, Isaac.
Hi, Satyam.
Hey. Oh, it's such a beautiful dialogue with Govinda. So amazing. Oh, man. It's like it's at the root of all troubles, this doership somehow.
Mhm.
It's so much joy is released because it's like it's unbound joy, really. Unbound. So and you seem to just stay there. It's so just your yummy system is like, wow. A little news, I think maybe you're interested. You know, called Birger from Denmark.
Yes.
Yeah, his house got burnt a week ago.
Wow. Wow.
His living room got burnt completely, and he escaped almost with some minor burns. He's in the hospital now.
Wow.
So another 3 weeks, I think, but it's no major stuff. But
Wow.
his flat is gone, and, because he cannot smell.
Oh, so
It's
this,
one of the, so he
Yeah.
could not smell the fire,
the fire.
and it took the house.
If it's years ago, I think years ago I stayed at his home, so maybe it's the same home.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
Yes, he mentioned that Isaac used to stay here, so that's why I thought maybe you know the place. His
Mhm.
living room is basically,
Yeah.
nothing to say, Isaac. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, boss, for hosting. Thank you, beloveds, for showing up, playing and exploring. Love, peace, beauty.